What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have a new superstar in the making, officially a new superstar in the making. And I know people gonna say, those numbers are not that good. They're good for what was expected, standing on his own. And that's the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, undefeated two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, David Benavidez, who is 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. David Benavidez took on, quote-unquote, relatively unknown Cuban star title contender, undefeated David Morrell, who only had 11 fights that everybody's complaining about. He's taking on David Morrell with only 11 fights. Nobody knows David Morrell. David Benavidez needs to be on the undercard and built up of Gervonta Tank Davis to make him a superstar. This fight being on pay-per-view is going to be a failure, and it was anything but that. It reportedly did 150 to 160,000 pay-per-view buys. Now I know people going to say, how was that a success? For David Benavidez to headline his first pay-per-view event, okay, and against a guy who, quote-unquote, is relatively unknown, who doesn't speak English, and only has 11 fights, that's a success. When Floyd Mayweather fought against Arturo Gatti, he only did about 200,000 pay-per-view buys, right? So this is a success for David Benavidez, successfully standing on his own, not being on the co-main event to Errol Spence, not being the co-main event to Gervonta Tank Davis, but being the main event, the headliner, and again, against a guy who does not speak English and is relatively unknown outside of the hardcore boxing fans in David Morrell. David Morrell headlines cards in Minnesota at the Armory, not on the big stage. This is the biggest stage David Morrell has ever been on. And this is the first time David Benavidez was headlining his own pay-per-view card. And to do 160,000 pay-per-view with a guy you don't even know is a success. To put it in context, Terrence Crawford did 150,000 pay-per-views with Sean Porter. Two well-known fighters, two Hall of Famers. That was a success. Again, Floyd Mayweather, Arturo Gatti. They didn't do massive big numbers, but it was a success. The reason it was a success because it was a stepping stone, okay, to the right, in the right direction to make them superstars. It was the beginning. So for this to be a beginning fight for David Benavidez, when people said that it was going to be a failure, and at best it would top 40 to 50,000 pay-per-view buys, and it to do 160,000 pay-per-view buys, that's a major success for David Benavidez. It's a major success for David Benavidez, and it's a major success for his future and future big fights. Again, you got a big fight with David Benavidez coming up with the winner, Artur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol. More so because His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has now confirmed that the winner will be, if the winner is Bivol, then it will be a trilogy. He confirmed it will be a trilogy. But if Beterbiev wins this fight, after he already won the first fight, then there's no need for a trilogy, right? But if Bivol wins, then there'll be a trilogy. Guess what? Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, they never headlined a major pay-per-view outside of Bivol's fight with Canelo Alvarez, and that was Canelo Alvarez was the A-side. So this is great news for David Benavidez. Again, like I said, this is the first step to being a superstar that I believe he is, and a household name that I believe David Benavidez will be in the sport of boxing. This is a massive success. And now he's going to meet with Turki Al-Sheikh in February, in a couple weeks, and he's going to hopefully get the winner. Again, in order for him to get the winner, it has to be Beterbiev to win this fight. But great fights for David Benavidez on the horizon. Great opportunities for David Benavidez on the horizon. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blueblood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.